So this is one of those days where we are in the clouds. We are just surrounded by clouds. It looks like fogs, but it's because of the altitude we live at. It's just clouds passing all along the house. So it makes the house pretty dark. Hello everyone! This is another beautiful end of summer day in the mountains. The morning was humid and foggy, but once the clouds lifted up, it was a marvelous occasion to go on our land to see what had grown overnight. We love to call our yard our garden, as it contains so many amazing and delicious wild edibles that grow naturally there. So these mushrooms here are called shaggy parasol. They have a mild and pleasant flavor like a button mushroom, but with a little bit more depth and more earthiness. When I'm looking at this basket full of wild bounties, it's interesting to think that a few years ago, neither of Travis or I knew much about the plants and mushrooms growing on our land. In fact, a little bit more than 3 years ago, I was landing in this place where I would start rooting myself and would start getting transformed by this beautiful nature and environment that surrounds us. So it has taken a change of habit and perception to get to that point where nature became my wild garden. We will talk about it, another subject matter, a little bit later in this episode. So for the moment, I'll keep on foraging and let's see what the day will bring to us. Got a heavy load. I probably have 2.5 pounds in there, maybe 3 pounds. Beautiful shaggy parasol. And when I came back from this foray, Travis had prepared those 2 nutritious smoothies and very creative also. The one on the left is a liver rescue smoothie and the one on the right is a heavy metal detox smoothie, and both recipes are from the medical medium. Yeah, if we remove the nails from that, we can reuse it. But, I mean, we can burn it.
Yeah, or set it over here.
Oh, yeah, right. You're smart. Does it work? There are multiple nails in there. I'll bring it further towards here.
out of it anyway, so.
Yeah, there's a lot that could not get up.
Yeah.
Look at that. What is this? I will let it go after. I was just very intrigued because I've never seen that. Looks like a mutant. It's raining again. But we're very happy. Any rain that falls, we're gonna take it because it's been so dry. And when it's dry, of course it's an alpine desert, so it's normal that it becomes dry at the end of the summer. But when it starts raining, it's amazing because it's suddenly a forest comes back to life. And also it's good for mushrooms, right? So I haven't been able to fit everything in the dehydrator. This is what is left. All these beautiful wild mushrooms were foraged earlier this week, and our favorite way to preserve them for later is to put them in the dehydrator, leave them drying overnight, and to put them in hermetic containers the next day. So this way they take very little space and they can be preserved up to 1 to 2 years, although we normally use them all before the beginning of the next foraging season. Hello everyone, welcome to another end of summer video. Travis and I, we were speaking this week about a little bit our journey that brought us here. So we were just reflecting about this life that we have built together and that we are building every day. And wanted to share that it didn't come so... I mean, it was not always like that for none of us. Like this slow living lifestyle wasn't my lifestyle before.
Wasn't my lifestyle before.
Yeah, I used to be a tour guide. I was self-employed for many years. I was working for Canadian artists. I was a traveler. There was so many things I was busy doing, being in the world, living in the city, lived for many years in Montreal, Canada.
And I've been an entrepreneur for many years as well. And, you know, at times I've found myself a slave to my own existence and, you know, just striving to get through what my own accountabilities were. And I created that. You know, and I really had to look at that.
So when I first arrived here 3.5 years ago, there was also all the world events happening everywhere on the planet, and I would say blessed to be able to cross the border to come here. And I'd say that when I arrived, one of the things that was difficult for me was to lean in. Not because of the relationship, but because of this environment. Like I was coming from a space of being busy all the time, working a lot, sleeping very little, like being on the road many times a week and sometimes months at a time when I was backpacking. So it was a total change of life. There was something here
very slow, and I was happy with that. But still, there was some inner battles inside, because I had all these titles that had been defining me for so many years, and all of a sudden, none of them were valid anymore. Like, I was not traveling, I was not a tour guide, I was not this and that. I even became an illegal immigrant for a while. So I think this whole conversation is about letting go of titles.
Yeah, I've been embracing, along with what Emily's sharing, I've been embracing for years, less is more, and slow and steady wins the race. And, you know, really have gone through a lot of experiences which have caused me to embrace this slow lifestyle that much more. And us coming together during, you know, world events and shifts, you know, really encouraged us embracing that lifestyle even that much more. And now it's just become, we're just so grateful, you know, it really supports being present and being available to each other, being available to the day, being available to chores at hand. You know, and of course, you know, we're not retired. We have other businesses and other ventures that we're engaged in, and things that we're creating, you know, but we're able to see it and embrace it in a completely different way than we have before.
We go through life with titles. We have a definition of ourselves that define who we are in the world. It gives us trust to present ourselves in the social setting, because you are self-employed or you are this or that. But the whole transformation that has happened since I arrived here was to letting go of all of that. Letting go of who I thought I was, how I was defining myself, and like allowing my
somebodyness. You know, it's, we all find ourselves caught up in our somebodyness, and really at the end of the day, what is that? Because we're all so much greater than that.
Yeah, and we're all beautiful human beings, truly. So I find that these titles are quite limitative in some ways. So, but then, you know, it's when you let go of what has defined you, a big part of your life, who are you? There's this spirit of discomfort where you have to rediscover maybe something that is closer to your, like to your nature. Yeah, there's something that is closer to your nature that you are discovering, but there's a discomfort in between because
it's very vulnerable.
Yes.
Yeah. But embracing vulnerability it has the potential to be our greatest strength. You know, if we're not being vulnerable, if we're just playing puppet master with ourselves and with our life, then there's no room for growth. There's no room for real growth. And so really, you know, recognizing that, oh yeah, I do feel vulnerable right now. Well, what is that I'm feeling vulnerable? What pattern or somebodyness that is there that I'm shifting from? You know, how can I embrace this? You know, there's a saying, our greatest challenges present our greatest opportunities for growth. And most typically when we're feeling vulnerable, we're feeling challenged by something. So, you know, being able to lean into that and to work with that and love that and embrace that, welcome that, say, you know, hey, what are you here to teach me?
Yeah, and it makes me think of trusting the process. Just knowing that there's something so much bigger than just, yeah, what you have been used to. And I mean, I know there are titles you cannot get rid of in some ways. If you are a parent, your mother with young children, a father, of course these responsibilities, like, you have to take care of that. It's not a title. You cannot say, oh, I'm not a mother anymore. Although the perception of the title can change. It's not something that you are, it's not a box in which you are stuck because you are a parent, you cannot do this. No, if your perception changed, then suddenly there's more opening to, I don't know, new projects within that title, that same life that you have, but just it's a question of perception, right? So anyway, being here and having to let go, not having to, choosing to let go of all these titles for me Also, the context was inviting to that. Like, there was suddenly space for me to discover that I love cooking. I love cooking so much, and it became such a passion. I spent so much time in the kitchen daily.
Love foraging.
Yeah, and then foraging started. We were already spending lots of time in nature hiking, but then like we started suddenly opening up to our environment and seeing that there was lots of things we could discover more in depth and use in nature and learn to cook with. And this also totally transformed my way of living. Yeah,
yeah, it's invoked a whole new perspective of feeling held and supported and nurtured by, you know, Mother Earth and this whole field of consciousness that we're all a part of. You know, cutting our own firewood, I could relate to. We're in a sense, we're foraging energy, you know, but we feel so nurtured and fulfilled and enriched when we're able to align with that knowledge, that possibility, and then truly embrace that and bring that in. There's something that feels really good about it.
Yep. Yeah, it's empowering. And it's simple things. And it doesn't mean that everybody has to live like that at all. And it's okay, like not everybody's interested in that kind of lifestyle, but it's more about finding what is really resonating for you. It's not about, I mean, we all have responsibilities, and there are things, maybe there are titles that fitted us for like 10, 20 years, we loved it, and suddenly there's something shifting inside. So allowing the space to be open for transformation to happen, for something new to emerge, for something, yeah, closer, shedding an old skin, if that's what is the feeling inside. But yeah. It's been so freeing, all of this. It felt good to just let go and just allowing the space to open up for something grander. And what we're building together, I find, is magnificent. It's so simple and at the same time so fulfilling, and I do not miss the stress and the performance kind of feeling that I always had inside before. It feels great. It took, I'd say, at least a good 2 years to get to that point.
Yeah, we're literally, I mean, subconscious reprogramming. We're creating new neurological pathways and reprogramming all of this biochemistry, you know, that's relative to all of that somebodyness or all of that identity that we had in place before. So, you know, it requires a lot of compassion and presence, vulnerability, leaning into, breathing through. So anyway, it's always lovely to be here with you. We love to share a little bit more of our interpersonal experience with you all, and really appreciate you staying tuned. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Also, I would say, if you want to share your own experience about what we just talked about, if you have something, if you went through something similar, please share in the comments so we create this conversation. Hope you found something constructive there. Thank you so much for being there. We're very appreciative of your presence.
Yeah, I love you all.
Love you all.
Thanks for being in tune, and stay tuned for what's to come.
Yeah.
This is like the most abundant bush ever. The bears didn't find it.
That was good.
Refreshing.
Hey.
After coming back from this beautiful walk in the forest behind our home, we started attacking this task that we had been talking about for weeks, if not months, which is the cleaning of the chimney. During wintertime, we used the wood stove pretty much every day for probably 6 months, because we start using it at autumn, and we definitely use it until almost the end of springtime. So last year we didn't clean it, and this year we knew that was quite essential for safety's sake to do a good cleaning in it. So we did look online to find how to do it, and we bought all the material, and this is our first experience here. And Travis will be the one mainly working on that. So how does it work? I guess I better behave.
Yes, you better.
How is the view up there?
Pretty sick, especially out here. Some of the divide over here,
Nice.
and the sun is kissing Thornton Mountain over there really nicely.
Beautiful. And how does the chimney look like? Is it gonna be easy to remove the top?
Yeah. Watch your eyes.
Yeah, it's very... Wow, this needs a good cleaning.
Yeah. Take it off the deck and just maybe put it out into the little shed roof by the fire.
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not gonna open the door of that stove before
No, not
24 hours for sure. Wow, that's a lot, huh?
Mm-hmm. There, that gives me such a good tip. Oh,
Oops.
I think I was hitting the bottom because you couldn't see it.
It was very loud.
Yeah, I got to a place where there was no more.
Yep.
So I'm pretty sure I was hitting the
When
bottom.
I was in the house, I could hear the very strong
The
sound.
brush in the actual.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I just pull it out, right? Doing this project ourselves just saved us like $300 to $400. So easy to hire somebody and have them come and do a project like this, but you do a little research, get the right tools, and you can do it yourself and save a whole lot of money. Job well done.
So we dropped Travis' cousin at the airport, and then we are doing some errands in town because we have a show tonight, a music show. So we're just hanging out. It's very hot. So we found this space in the shade to hang out. So this is the only parking we could find. It's pretty tight. You. So we've got some leftover stir-fry noodles, some frittata with homemade ketchup, and Travis is gonna have a vegan korma, so it's Indian food, his favorite meal, so normally lots of joy while eating that. Smells good.
About what clash? Like no joke. That's so like, annoying. She was like, if I take this, I would just do a minor and stuff.
So, where are we going?
We're going to Rising Appalachia.
Oh yeah.